In 8 years, Norway bypassed Germany's famed artillery and bought Korean howitzers 3 separate times. They secured over 66 units before Germany could deliver a single order. With Russia's Arctic forces just across the border, delays are not just inconvenient, they are dangerous. Why did Norway bet its northern defense on Seoul, not Berlin? What did the Germans get wrong? Norway's artillery modernization did not unfold as a single sweeping purchase. Instead, it followed a deliberate, phased pattern that stretched across nearly a decade. The first contract was signed in December 2017 for 24 K9 VIDAR self-propelled howitzers paired with 6 K10 ammunition resupply vehicles. Deliveries began in 2019 and wrapped up by 2021, with the first operational battery declared ready at Setermoen in January 2021. This was not a one-off deal. In November 2022, Norwegian authorities exercised an option from the original contract, adding 4 more K9 VIDARs and 8 K10s to the fleet. These systems were delivered by early 2025, bringing the operational total to 28 howitzers and 14 resupply vehicles. The pattern continued. On September 18, 2025, Norway signed a third contract for another 24 K9 VIDARs, with delivery scheduled by 2027. This expansion was designed to equip a new artillery battalion within the Finnmark Brigade, stationed near the Russian border, reinforcing the pattern of incremental capability growth. Altogether, these 3 contracts commit Norway to a fleet of 52 K9 VIDARs and at least 14 K10s, all acquired through a consistent supplier relationship. The Norwegian Defense Materiel Agency Director Gro Jaera called it efficient processes and good cooperation with Hanwha, and emphasized that the timeline for the latest delivery would meet the Army's operational needs. The repeated orders, spaced over 8 years, signal a sustained strategy, one shaped by evolving security demands, not by chance or convenience. Operational readiness for Norway's new artillery depended on more than just rapid delivery. In Nordland County, the Bjørkvik Competence Center opened its doors as the technical hub for the K9 VIDAR fleet. This facility became the backbone for maintenance, spare parts management, and crew training, ensuring that each vehicle arriving from Korea could be kept in fighting condition throughout the Arctic winter. Norwegian Defense Materiel Agency planners had factored in sustainment from the beginning, with Bjørkvik positioned to support both the initial 24 howitzers and the expanding fleet as new orders arrived. By January 2021, the first battery at Setermoen was declared fully operational. Field exercises in the subarctic terrain tested the K9 VIDAR systems in deep snow, freezing winds, and prolonged darkness. Maintenance crews trained at Bjørkvik kept vehicles running through temperature drops that would sideline most European designs. The Setermoen milestone was more than a ceremonial handover. It was a demonstration that the procurement promises of speed and Arctic suitability could be translated into actual combat readiness on Norwegian soil. Germany's 5-year delivery estimate for the PZH 2000 never reached this stage. While the paperwork for a German deal would still be circulating, Norwegian K9 batteries were already firing live rounds above the Arctic Circle. The combination of local sustainment infrastructure and early fielding proved that Norway's phased approach was not just about buying new hardware, but about building a system that would work, day after day, in the harshest conditions Europe has to offer. The backbone of Norway's new artillery capability begins with the K9 Thunder, a proven South Korean chassis, but it would not meet Norwegian demands without transformation. At its core, the K9 is a 47-ton self-propelled howitzer, powered by a 1,000 horsepower diesel engine and built for mobility across rough ground. What sets Norway's fleet apart is the integration of national technology led by Kongsberg Defence and Aerospace. Each K9 VIDAR is fitted with the Odin Fire Control Suite, a digital architecture that links every gun to Norwegian command networks and NATO standard communications. Odin automatically calculates firing solutions, synchronizes with forward observers, and enables rapid, coordinated strikes at ranges beyond 40 kilometers. The K9 semi-automatic loading mechanism supports a sustained rate of 6 to 8 rounds per minute, with the ability to deliver 3 shells in under 15 seconds for immediate effect. Crews operate from a protected turret, working in concert with the K10 ammunition resupply vehicle, a companion system on the same chassis, capable of transferring 12 rounds per minute while under armor. This pairing ensures Norwegian batteries can maintain a steady tempo of fire, even in remote areas where resupply is a challenge. Kongsberg engineering teams describe Odin as the digital nervous system of the VIDAR fleet. One systems engineer said Odin gives not just precision, but resilience. Every vehicle becomes a node in a network, able to fight, survive, and adapt in real time. The result is an artillery system built for rapid targeting, fast movement, and seamless integration with both national and allied forces. This technical foundation proved essential as the Army moved to adapt the K9 for Arctic warfare. Arctic warfare puts every mechanical system to the test, and Norway's artillery is no exception. The K9 VIDAR fleet was not simply painted for winter, it was engineered for survival in temperatures as low as -40 degrees Celsius. Every subsystem faced scrutiny by the Norwegian Defense Research Establishment, known as FFI, which subjected pre-production vehicles to cold chamber trials and field exercises above the Arctic Circle. Standard hydraulic fluids would freeze or thicken long before the first round could be fired. Norwegian engineers replaced them with cold weather formulations and installed preheaters throughout the hydraulic circuits, ensuring turret traverse and gun elevation remained responsive even in deep cold. Battery systems received heated enclosures and oversized capacity, designed to hold charge through months of polar night when temperatures sap power and sunlight is a memory. Electronics, including the Odin Fire Control Suite, were double-sealed and thermally regulated to prevent brownouts or data loss during sudden cold snaps. Mobility demanded its own set of adaptations. K9's tracks were widened and fitted with custom grousers to distribute weight and prevent bogging in snow or marshland. The hydropneumatic suspension was tuned for rough frozen ground, allowing the 47-ton vehicle to cross drifts and icy slopes that would immobilize most rivals. Crew comfort and survival were not afterthoughts. Climate control systems, heated crew stations, and CBRN air filtration meant that soldiers could operate for hours without risk of frostbite or fatigue. We left the K9 outside overnight at -35. In the morning, it started and moved out on schedule. No delays, no frozen hydraulics, no battery failures. These results gave Norwegian commanders the confidence to field the VIDAR in the far north, knowing that reliability was not a marketing claim, but a proven fact under the harshest conditions. At the northern edge of Europe, Norway's defense planners face a geography unlike any other in NATO. Nearly 200 kilometers of land border stretch across the Arctic with Russia, ending just west of the Kola Peninsula, home to the Russian Northern Fleet and its submarine bases. The landscape is a patchwork of tundra, frozen marsh, and mountain ridges, where winter temperatures plunge to -40 degrees Celsius and the sun disappears for months at a time. For artillery crews stationed in Finnmark or at outposts near Svalbard, the environment is not just a backdrop, but a daily adversary. Arctic. Resupply convoys can be cut off by a single blizzard, and even the most basic maintenance turns into a test of endurance. In these conditions, the ability to move, fire, and survive cannot be separated from the land itself. Endurance. A Norwegian artillery commander puts it simply, "Here, the margin for error is zero. If your equipment fails, you are not just out of the fight. You may not make it home. Zero." Every decision about what to field, when to field it, and how quickly it arrives is shaped by this Arctic reality. The urgency is not theoretical. NATO's northern flank depends on systems that can be relied on in the dark, in the cold, and across distances that swallow up reinforcements. Urgency. For Norwegian gunners, the clock starts ticking the moment a threat appears on the horizon, and in the far north that horizon is never far away. Hanwha's production lines in South Korea operate on a scale that few European defense firms can match. The company has delivered over 1,000 K9 howitzers to the Republic of Korea Army alone, and now supplies export customers from Poland to Australia. Poland's recent order for 672 K9s demonstrates the sheer volume Hanwha can deliver, while European manufacturers, trimmed down after the Cold War, struggle to meet surging demand. One Hanwha program manager described the operation as industrial tempo, not crisis tempo. Orders are fulfilled in 2 to 3 years, not 5 years. A German defense analyst points to the bottlenecks, limited skilled labor, supply chain delays, and factory floors built for peacetime, not for rapid expansion. For buyers like Norway, this difference translates directly to cost. The K9 comes in at roughly 60% the price of a German PZH-2000, even before factoring in the premium for accelerated delivery. The ability to scale production while integrating national technologies gives Hanwha an edge that European rivals cannot easily replicate. Right now, Europe's northern defense depends on artillery that arrives faster than threats can shift. As conflicts move closer to the Arctic, procurement speed is no longer optional. It is a frontline asset. When the cold decides the victor, timely choices become national security. What do you think?